Welcome back to the coin world, old coin review and value. Today, we're diving deep into the rich history and hidden secrets of the 1959 Liberty 5-cent coin, more famously known as the Jefferson nickel featuring Monticello. Is this common coin in your pocket change hiding a fortune? Let's find out. The Jefferson nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The U.S. Mint held a competition for the new design, and artist Felix Schlag won with his portrayal of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's home, on the reverse. The 1959 Jefferson nickel features a left-facing bust of Jefferson with the inscription. The reverse shows a frontal view of Monticello, with inscriptions E pluribus unum Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. This year maintained the classic design but with improved strike clarity compared to the worn nickels of 1942-1945. By 1959, the Mint had refined its coining technology. This year marked a period of higher quality in terms of die preparation, resulting in cleaner surfaces and sharper details on coins. However, even with improved methods, some errors and anomalies slipped through. The 1959 nickel was struck into main mints. Philadelphia no mint mark. Despite the high mintage, few were preserved in pristine condition, especially from circulation. Here's where things get exciting for collectors. Full steps variety FS. If Monticello's steps are fully struck and uninterrupted, the coin is far rarer and can command hundreds or even thousands at auction. Off-center strikes, misaligned dies produce nickels, off-centered by 10% or more, increasing value. Double die obverse DDO rare. Examples show doubling on Liberty or the date. Die cracks and cuds, though minor. These errors attract niche collectors. Common 1959 nickels from circulation may only be worth face value. The 1959 Jefferson nickel remains a favorite among intermediate collectors. It represents a key point in the transition from early to modern nickel production. Many complete Jefferson sets include a 1959 with full steps, a real prize for those chasing high-quality examples. Use magnification to check for doubled dies. Examine Monticello steps. Are they crisp and fully visible? Look for off-center strikes, cracks, or missing elements. Consider grading your coin if it's in exceptionally good shape. While the 1959 Jefferson nickel isn't considered rare in general, specific varieties and conditions can make it incredibly valuable. It also marks a chapter in the evolving artistry and technology of U.S. coinage. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned collector, this nickel deserves a place in your collection. As the coin reached its 20th anniversary in 1959, there was some talk of modernization. However, the U.S. Mint continued producing the original design for another 45 years until it was replaced in 2004. Over the years, the 1959 nickel became more appreciated for its place in cold war era America, time when design stability in coinage represented national stability and pride. The Philadelphia Mint, founded in 1792, was the only mint without a mint mark in 1959. This tradition would remain until 1980, when the P was introduced to Jefferson nickels. The Denver Mint, with its D mint mark, was known for higher output but often lower quality strikes, especially on Monticello's detail. That makes a 1959 D full steps coin particularly rare and desirable, because no nickels were minted at the San Francisco Mint in 1959. There are no S mint mark varieties from this year, simplifying the date for collectors, but also limiting variety. Some counterfeiters have attempted to create fake double dies or full steps coins using altered dies or struck copies, which has made authentication and grading more important. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC assign FS full steps designations to coins that meet the strict criteria of uninterrupted steps on Monticello. This distinction significantly boosts value. The sharpness of strike on the Monticello steps can vary widely even within mint state coins, making die condition and strike pressure key factors in value. A 1959 Jefferson nickel graded MS67 FS can fetch over $2,500 at auction, especially if it's from a major auction house and comes with impeccable luster. In contrast, a circulated 1959 nickel in worn condition typically sells for just face value or perhaps a few cents more to a casual collector. The metal value of the coin, mainly copper and nickel, remains less than 5 cents, but its numismatic value, historical and collectible, makes it far more significant. As of today, there are still thousands of 1959 nickels in circulation, but most are heavily worn. Sharp specimens are far more likely to be found in old collections or original bank rolls. Jefferson himself was a polymath and inventor, architect, scholar, and statesman. His image on the coin reflects the American ideal of a citizen statesman. Monticello, on the reverse, was designed by Jefferson and took over 40 years to complete. It was built using enslaved labor, a reminder of the contradictions in America's early democracy. The choice of Monticello for the coin's reverse was meant to symbolize Jefferson's architectural legacy and personal refinement, an intellectual home as well as a physical one. The 1959 nickel also came at a time when the U.S. Mint was modernizing its facilities. New presses and techniques began replacing older, more labor-intensive methods. That means the 1959 nickel marks a transitional phase, not quite modern, but far more refined than coins of the Depression era. For collectors, the 1959 nickel stands as a gateway coin.